Welcome, family. Welcome, 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 welcome to Embracing Others. All right, today I'll be exploring the topic of favoritism as it relates to us as parents, and we might show favoritism to a child, to one of our children, whether consciously or even unconsciously, even without us even really realizing it. All right, first, I'm gonna start in the Bible because, believe it or not, this is coming way back from foundation. One of the stories we see, which highlights favoritism among children, was when with Joseph, the story of Joseph in Genesis 27. Sorry, 37. Right in Genesis, we see where Joseph was favored by his father Jacob out of all his brothers. And one of the reasons for this was because Joseph was conceived at a late stage in Jacob's life. So, you're old man and you get a last youth. So, you kind of show like a favoritism towards him because he's the youngest. And most naturally, as I don't know, for some reason, we as parents, we always favor the youngest child. We are more protective over the youngest one. But then this had some repercussions, as in his older brothers, they were not pleased about this. So as a result, Joseph was targeted by them. And what made it even worse was Joseph started having these dreams, and then he did not keep these dreams to himself. He started to share these dreams with his older brothers. And what was even worse was that these dreams were basically saying that at a later stage in life he would be in an authority position, a position of authority over them, where they would have to bow to him, even his parents. At one point, he told his father the dream, and he rebuked him. Like they were saying, "What kind of nonsense is this? We bowing to you?" But as parents, we sometimes favor a certain child, right? So part of the reason why we might favor a certain child is because maybe that child is more obedient. When we talk to that child will say, okay then, and accept whatever we are saying, and less argumentative, and will be easier to obey rules, or and we might not favor a child that will rebel, right? We maybe be harder on that one because that one is always, argumentative. Whenever that one is told to do something, that one will rebel and be headstrong, have his or her own way. So then we relate to that child different from how we relate to the one who is more obedient. You understand? Which should not be the case, right? We should not show favoritism. Favoritism has side effects, believe it or not. Because if you show a child favoritism, right, the siblings, his brother or sisters, right, will now attack. That can cause sibling rivalry. As in, it causes now them to be at war with each other, right? At times, they will not even grow up to like each other, right? As a result of this. And this can cause a hatred between siblings. So even if we as parents have like a hard time relating to a certain child, we should not, because every child is unique, every child is different, every child needs a different approach to how we go about dealing with them. Because sometimes one might be stubborn, one might be easily led and to adhere by whatever rules you set in place. One might be adamant that, oh no, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. So we have to find methods, we have to find ways to relate to each child according to how they are, right? But regardless of how each child will relate to you, we have to be creative, right? In how we try to reach that child, because they all deserve to be loved equally. Remember, is we as parents that really brought them in the world, right? So, and then you find that some parents will attach to a certain child because they both share similar characteristic. They both like the same thing, right? So that parent will be more attracted or drawn to share more time with that child because they realize they have certain characteristic alike, certain ways alike, and they can relate to each other on a certain level more than how they agree with that one or they get along with another child. But regardless, we have to remember because when we don't think that they are really paying attention to things, these children are really smart. They are really observing and looking at what is going on. And this will affect them. They might not say anything to us as parents, right? But then it can affect them. Maybe you see that, you realize that one is depressed, become withdrawn, not saying anything to you as a mother or as a father, not really coming to you to share anything with you, and then he's withdrawn, keeping to himself, locking away in his or her room. You understand? And then you're trying to find out what is going on. He won't relate to you. Maybe that can be one of the problem because in his mind or her mind, he thinks that daddy does not like me or daddy does not treat me the same way that he treats Tom or Harry. You understand? He treats me different, so I'm so afraid to go to him if he or she has a problem. So we have to be very mindful of how we relate to our children. That one who is stubborn, we have to find ways and means to get to that child, to reach out to that child. And sometimes we might even need help relating to that child, right? And it does not only affect the one that is not favored, right? Even the one that we sometimes pays attention to our favor, right? More than the other one, our love, show love to more than the other one. It can affect that one also because mommy favors Tom. Tom is now pressured. Our daddy favors Tom. Tom is now pressured to do exceedingly well in all his schoolwork or whatever he does because he don't want to disappoint mommy. He does not want to disappoint daddy because daddy is expecting so much from him, right? Daddy is boasting to his friends about him, right? Daddy is boasting to his colleagues about him, to his other family members about him. So he now feels pressure to always find ways to please mommy or ways to please daddy because he now has a standard to live up to because of the position we have placed him into. So we have to be very careful, right? And some of the ways that we can relate to each child without showing favoritism, because even if we probably favor one of the child more than one for some reason, because we're all human, we might say no and try to deny it, say we don't prefer one more than the other, when deep down we might actually do. You don't show it. So some of the ways that we can relate to each child is to ensure that we have time for each child. Whenever they come to us with problem, we give them our undivided attention. Put away the phone, right? Put away talking with friends. Show them whatever they're saying to you. Look them in the eyes. Maintain eye contact. Let them know that yes, what they're saying to you, you are really listening, giving them that listening ear, right? You're really connecting with them, right? So they know that they're being listened to. Because if they're saying something to mommy or to daddy and daddy's on the phone scrolling, giving them, you're not really interested in what they're saying, they're not going to feel as if they're important, right? So the children watch things, as I said before. You understand? Because these children nowadays, they're very smart. So they'll know whether you are interested in what they're saying or you're not really interested in what they're not really important. You have them a waste of time. So, and then again, what you can do is to find time, like plan a day to say, okay, then I'm going to take you out this day, Tom. Harry, I'll take you out that day. So you find time for each child. Sometimes we might be busy, but then we still have to find time for them. So they feel special, they feel valued, they feel loved, right? Because guess what? Remember that these children are the man and the woman of tomorrow. We want to have a better society. in order for us to have a better society, right, we have to grow them in the right way, the correct way. Because guess what? We can't expect them to come up and to show love, right, among their peers, and they did not get it from home. We can't expect them to come, be a man, be a woman of tomorrow, and to have certain qualities, display certain characteristics, and yet we did not grow them that way. So, guess what? If they didn't get it, it's going to be hard for them to show what they did not get, right? So, we have a role as parents to ensure that we live up to our responsibility. Remember, each child is unique, right? So, take the time out to spend time with these children, sit with them, talk with them, right? Don't let them be everything that they know is off TikTok, they learn it, or off Facebook, they learn it. Take the time out, spend time with them, give them attention, talk with them, hear whatever they are going through. You understand? Let them voice whatever their issues, problem they have. Because guess what? Some will turn to other means to of outlet to let out whatever issues they might be faced with if mommy and daddy don't have time to listen to them. Right? And we don't really want that. So have time, spend time. Each child is unique, is different. Right? So be blessed. That is my message for today.